How do you feel about Pozuelo's performance today?
Yeah, I thought he had an okay day. Obviously, good goal and a free kick. Some good moments that he helped us to get into the attack. Some moments where we've got to keep possession, that we turn over the ball in midfield, that go back against us the other way. So it was okay day. It was I think it was. We continue to build. More interested in sort of how our team plays as a whole, and how we were executing the things we want to execute on the course of the day is my bigger focus.
How do you think that one?
Well, I thought the very start of the game, I thought we were in control, and I felt like being in control, we were passing the ball around, but there was no venom in our attack. It was just a lot of passing around, and while that's nice, it doesn't win games passing the ball around. So you got to have some urgency to want to attack, to want to force the other team to have to make plays in front of their goal, to create chances, all those words, and we didn't. And what ends up happening if you pass the ball around 200 times in front of the opposition is soon you're gonna lose it underneath in their pressure, and you could be exposed in some of those moments. And that's always the concern and always the discussion when we play teams that put numbers behind the ball, that we have to always have purpose and intent in our possessions, which is to attack and create chances. And I thought early on we didn't have that, and then we started to turn over the ball, which then led to it led to some counterattacks, it led to a goal, but it also led to us conceding momentum a little bit and control of the game to the opposition. And so the objective when we came in was, we talked about what we wanted to do to finish our attacks, and that we needed to have far more urgency and purpose in what we were doing to attack, to create opportunities, to force them to have to make plays in front of their goal. The second half, I thought, was better in that way. I felt like we left a lot of opportunities to finish or to score or to put things on goal. We left a lot of those on the table, balls in the box in dangerous positions, missed headers, inability to turn things on goal while they were sitting there. It was better. I still don't think it's where we need to be, because we need to be able to attack with some purpose for 90 minutes, not for some portion of the game. Second, again, it's when you pass the ball around, especially in the middle of the field and without purpose, if you turn it over, then you're exposed. We got exposed in the second goal. It's unfortunate that it was in a moment where Aro was locked up and literally couldn't move, and then the ball comes down his side. But we've got to recognize that we've lost a number there, and we've got to make sure that we recover to protect the goal. And I felt like we recovered to try to win the ball and not to protect the goal, and we didn't win the ball, and we exposed the goal. So you can't recover to win the ball and not win it, or else you're in big trouble. And that's how the second goal came about. And after that, again, I think there's some dangerous moments, there's some good attacks, but we've got to turn some of those half moments or three-quarter moments into something more.
Greg, coming into this game, I think it was one of the franchise's better starts, but 10 games in, do you think you should be in a better place, given the defensive miscues you've had that have cost you?
Well, I think it's tough to say, because I think we've given up a lot of goals, so it's hard to say we should be in a better place. Having said that, I think we've scored a lot of goals, so I think it's been sort of unbalanced. They haven't been necessarily losses that we just deserve to lose, and they've not necessarily been wins sometimes that we just deserve to win. I think when you concede as many goals as we have, we're fortunate that we've also scored as many goals as we have. But for me, we've got to find a better balance in our performances in terms of purposeful attacks and secure defending, and be able to win games 2-0, 1-0, even a 2-1 right now we would take. But it's again, I feel like we're stuck in a little bit of a momentum that's working against us, but we've got to shift the momentum, and it's through what we do on the field and how we approach things. Obviously, it's nice to see Josie back out. Hopefully that continues to add some venom into our attacks. We've got to have, again, just as a group, more purpose in what we're doing. We have to, when we play with purpose. I think we're moving the ball around and we're playing, but we are setting up certain situations that we feel that can create the chances that we want to score goals, and we've kind of drifted a little bit away from some of that. And then we got to execute, because in the Atlanta game we had some phenomenal chances early in the game. Didn't put any of them on goal. Tonight we had some balls sitting in dangerous spots, some crosses played into dangerous spots. Didn't get many, if any of them, really on goal. So we have to execute when we do get ourselves into those good spots. And today we didn't deal with the counterattacks on our loss of possessions well on those two instances.
Is there any update on Simon or Aaron?
Szymanski being checked out. His ankle was in the ground when I guess he got kicked and he rolled it, and so I don't know, the severity of it. He wasn't walking great, so that doesn't bode well. Aro is locked up, like his back just locked up in a spasm. They're trying to loosen him up, but he's not. We'll see what that looks like over the next couple of days, but right now he's definitely he's locked up.
Greg, you cite getting exposed in transition, and outside of not turning the ball over, how do you better deal with those situations when they arise?
Yeah, again, I think when the ball turns over, the thing is, when the ball turns over, when you have 100% possession and you shouldn't lose it, then players are in positions to attack. So when you lose possessions that you might lose, like people are preparing for the loss situation because you're in an attack and things are going to start to tighten up, then I think guys are much more ready and prepared for those moments. Having said that, when the ball does transition, we've got to make better decisions on whether we're trying to stop the ball or we're trying to protect the goal. And I felt like in both instances, we get attracted to the ball thinking that we have to stop the goal or stop the ball, when in reality, we just need to slow the game down and we need to make sure that they don't put the ball in the back of the net. And those are two different reactions, because to stop the ball, people go at the ball to try to stop the ball. To protect the goal, you drop off, you concede time, you give the ball away in some area of the field that isn't going to kill you, and you make sure that you protect the goal. And eventually the ball has to come back in front of the goal in order for them to score. And I think our reactions on a couple of those are to go to the ball, when we just need to drop and pull together as a group and win time, is what we say, and force the opposition to play into a non-dangerous area versus exposing a more dangerous area because we're going after the ball.
Greg, it seemed like Mavinga had license to roam up that left flank today. Was that sort of the intention?
No, it's not. I don't think it's a license. I think it's more of a recognition of a situation. Justin had dropped off the line to help in the setup of actions, and Chris saw the space in front of him, so he took it. I think that's an executive decision in the course of a game. Justin then just slides over into his position. It's not something that we prepare for or that we talk about, but I think, look, when the whistle blows, players have to make decisions based off of what they are reading in the course of the game. As much of it as possible, you try to keep your structure and you try to keep some things as consistent as possible, but there's also times where a guy just sees a space that's open and it needs to be filled, and he fills it. And I thought they were pretty good choices by Chris in the moment, because I thought they added a number into the attack and were able to get us going.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.